Hi, my name is Christian Valencia. I'm going to talk about the adventures of Tom Sawyer. The orphan Tom Sawyer lives with his half-brother and aunt, her name is Polly, in the small town of St. Petersburg, off the banks of the Mississippi River. Tom is a boy who doesn't like to go to school, but he is very smart. He prefers to be on the streets looking of adventures. One day he runs a guy at night with his friend Happy Barryfin, who is the son of the town alcoholic and practically lives on the streets. His son punishes him constantly, uh, and in one of these punishments, he forces him to paint the railing of her house, but he combines other children to do for to do it for him. At school, he is also a troublesome and restless child. On one of his outings, he meets a beautiful girl named Becky, whom he convinces to get engaged to him. She accepts, but after he tells her that she was already being engaged to some else, he gets angry and leaves him. In one of their escapes, Tom and Huck go to the cemetery to try to find out something, but either they are hidden witness of the murder of Dr. Robinson by India Jones. He's scared them very much and they decide to keep quiet, but Tom begins to have a many nightmares about it. Tom was getting more and more stressed. Becky was rejecting him and decided, along with two more friends, to flee to an island, but the whole town believes that they died drowned. So this, after spending a field day hiding on the island, return just in time to witness his funeral. I then let themselves be seen by everyone. Becky still doesn't want anything to do with Tom, which makes him sadder and sadder. One time, Becky blamesly damaged one of the professor's books, and Tom blames himself to save her, which makes her forgive him. Tom spends some time sick and bored at home, and when he is carried the tray to Muff Potter, who had been framed for the death of Dr. Robinson, is taking place. Tom, who knows exactly that happened, testify in get Potter active action acquired, but the culprits fails. Tom and Huck live in fear that Indian Joe will take revenge on them, but they continue their adventures. One day, when Tom and Becky are lost in a cave, Huck follows Indian John and relates that he is going of Widow Douglas' house, and he immediately goes for help. They arrive in time to drive Joe away, and he ends up exactly where Tom was, but Tom managed to get up in the time, and the Indian is trapped on the dive of salvation. Tom and Huck find the treasure that the Indian was hiding, which is a lot of dollars. So now the children are rich, and Mr. Douglas offered to adopt Huck. Finally, the boys are left happy and making plans to become professional thieves.